Okay.
Feeling the way that I'm feeling myself. Fuck everyone else. Gotta remember that nobody's better than anyone else here. Do you need some time to think it over? Look what they do to you. Look what they do to me. You must be joking if you think that either one is free here. Get up off your knees, girl. Stand face to face with your God. Find out what you are. Hello, my name is human. Hello, my name is human. And I came down from the stars. Hello, my name is human. I'm ready for love and I'm ready for war, but I'm ready for more. I know that nobody's ever been this fucking ready before. Hey. Do you need some time to think it over? So figure it out or don't figure it out. I figured it out. The bigger the river, the bigger the drought. Get up on your knees, boy. Stand face to face with your God. And find out what you are. Hello, my name is human. Hello, my name is human. And I came down from the stars. Hello, my name is human. I'm up on my knees, girl. I'm face to face with myself, and I know who I am. My name is human, and I stole the power from the sun. I'm more than just a man.
What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the lurk, Doom Kitty. I appreciate it. Hope life is treating you well today. Humans and non-humans, if you can understand the words coming out of my mouth, whether you're on this planet or any other planet, whether you're in this universe or any other universe, whether you're in this dimension or any other dimension, you have found the factory original, the one and only BB80, yours truly, the mental health speaking man himself, Backward Bloom 80. What's going on? Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Let me edit my screen. I want to black out the background because we're not going to be doing any of that today. So, boom, bye. Get rid of all that stuff right there. Now you just see a nice dark background. You don't need to see the other stuff right now. You don't need to see the other screen over here and my food plate and my phone and my glass of water and everything like that. So yes, here in the United States, it is May 1st, the first May Day. It's May Day 1. Exactly. So hey, listen. Uh, in the United States, the month of May is mental health. Yeah, mental health. I'll tell you that. We can really talk about that. Mental Health Month begins the first day of May in the United States. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is Mental Health Month, and who better to talk about mental health than someone who struggles with mental health himself? So I'm doing an Ask Me Anything stream. I'm going to lay the cards out and talk about my own experiences. So if those have been in my channel for a long, long time, hey, you all already know this. I will do just chatting streams just to talk about my mental health because I'm open and I'm honest about what my struggles are. And it's also to encourage people who are like me, who didn't want to get help. I'm getting help. I'm under care now, but I didn't want to get help and I was hiding from it. And when I finally got help, life is so much better for me. It really is. I still struggle and I'm still working through things, and I will for a good while. But this is basically to help people realize and understand that you're not alone. I'm here to help you as any way that I can, and just to, share experiences. Never hurts to talk about these things, my opinion. So yeah, that's what today's hour is going to be. I do have a meeting at 2 o'clock, so it's 1:06 right now. So I will drop off at the 1:55 mark because I will have to get to a meeting. But let's talk about it. Bloom, you have mental health issues. Elaborate. Let's talk a little bit more. I shall. But you in chat, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me any questions. I suffer from severe depression, PTSD from childhood trauma, severe anxiety, and those are the ones that I'll mention about on stream because those are the most relevant ones that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. So let's talk about those. So no secret, when I was 10 years old, I was, and I can't say the R word on Twitch because I'll get a warning from Twitch that I could get banned because of the use. But let's just say it starts with the letter R. It rhymes with the word like raking leaves, raked. I was raked when I was 10 years old by a friend of the family. So you can fill in the blanks, change the K to a P, and you know what I'm trying to say. But like I said, Twitch doesn't allow me to say it for their rules. I can say lots of descriptive words about human anatomy, and Twitch has no issue. But when I say a R word that refers to an abuse, Twitch gets all their panties in a wad. So who knows? Whatever. But anyway, so I have childhood trauma from that. I have, like I said, PTSD because of that instance. So I have a lot of trust issues, and I have severe anxiety because, again, it's just I tend to isolate myself and not trust people and things like that. So these are all real world problems that I personally have. So how do I deal with them? The incorrect way that I dealt with them for so long was, hey, let's kill myself. And truth, I was suicidal. But that is not the answer. That is not the answer at all. It was the answer I thought was normal, suicidal thoughts, but I'm learning and realizing it's not. Akio, what's going on, Akio? We're doing a serious stream today, Akio, talking about mental health today. So just FYI to everybody, if you put on the redemption of, put on Lucha Mask, put on the flower head, put on this, put on that, I'm going to reject all those today. Just May is Mental Health Awareness Month in the United States. And since this is May 1st, I'm going to talk about my personal struggles, my mental health issues that I struggle with today and that I'm getting professional help with. So keep it in a serious tone, but I will redeem those tomorrow, the next day, the day after, and whenever else I stream. But for today, I just want to put a big spotlight on that, have a serious talk with everybody to tell you all, reach out for help if you need help. I did. It was the best thing that I've done for myself. It's not easy. I've been doing this for 4 years now. So those of you that are fairly new that have never seen one of my Ask Me Anything streams, these were quite common when I was struggling a lot before I asked for help, for professional help. So I've been suicidal. I have been in the past. I am right now not suicidal. Those thoughts have not crossed my mind in quite some time. Probably about several months, I should say, because I'm under professional care. So the whole purpose of this is to talk about what were some of my struggles, what are some of my triggers, what are some of the things that happen, so people can be informed to look for that in themselves, because a lot of people didn't know. I was clueless. I never reached out for help because I thought a lot of the things I thought were normal for everyone. It wasn't until I actually attempted a suicide and that I got caught and that I got intervention, as they say, where you're forced into a hospital to evaluate and watch you and keep you close, watch to make sure you don't harm yourself. So it was very, I was angry. There was a lot of emotion behind it. Those that are long-term in the channel saw my progression of downhill spiraling to where I was having to be admitted to a hospital, and where you didn't see a stream for me for almost 3 months because I was in some serious mental evaluations and techniques and things like to get my spiraling life under control. But yes, I've always dealt from depression. I've always dealt since the age of 10 with the PTSD and suicidal thoughts and all these different things that I'm talking about right now. So no secret, this is nothing new for anyone that's been long term. But for a lot of you that are newer, that have never saw the serious side or heard the serious side that a lot of my longtime listeners brag about, they're well aware of it. So, but I want to give you a little taste of that and stuff. Reminds me of myself hitting my head on the walls. Yeah, I've done that many times. I ran head first, the flat of my head, into a brick wall. It gave me a concussion, but you know, I'm hard-headed, as they say, and I'm laughing and joking about
Hello,
it. You know, it wasn't for good reason. Hey, Chongo.
is it me you're looking
Channel
for?
that have been around to see some of my Ask Me Anything, some of my serious chats. Chongo's been around. He's been around since my trying to become an affiliate days. So he's been around for a long time. So he's seen me in my peak days. He's seen me in my bawling my eyes out, crying on stream because I'm so depressed and shit like that. He's seen me go into therapy and get help. So Chango's been there for a lot of it, and I always joke with him and say "fuck you" and throw you the finger in him.
Thanks for following.
You do it with your forehead. So yeah, Chango's been there for a lot of it. He's seen my ups and downs. He's seen a whole bunch of the yo-yo parts of my life, as I call them. You know, the ups and downs, the seesaw of it. And so he's seen the good, he's seen the bad, he's seen the downright ugly, and he's been there through thick and thin. So lots of love to Mr. Chango. And the purpose, I every once in a while will come out and just do these streams of talking about my mental health issues. Again, these are my experiences, my health, what I have done about it. This is no way in the world me telling you, you have to do this. No, you don't. You need to find out what works best for you. Some of the things that I have done is talk about it. Talking about it openly to strangers like yourselves. Talking about it openly with my family. Talking about it to anyone that will listen. Going to support groups. These are things that are helping me. I can't promise they're going to help you. I can't. Because I don't know what you're dealing with personally. Even if I do know what you're dealing with personally, we're all different people. Some things works better for someone than others. Me sharing the experience, talking about it, getting other people involved so I can hear their story, how they dealt with some of the struggles I deal with. That helps me a lot. Some people, hearing that other people are struggling, makes them struggle more. So support groups and hearing other people saying, well, I'm going through this and I'm going through that, it's not good for them. So this is not a one size fits all. Like, hey, everybody, if you just talk to each other, everything's going to be great. No, it's not always the case. So just a friendly reminder, these are my experiences. These are how I deal with it. If it helps you, fantastic. If it doesn't, don't give up hope. Now, that's the one thing everybody should take away. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're going to find a solution. I can promise you that. That I can guarantee. And that is something I want everyone to think about and keep in their mind. Don't ever give up hope. Don't ever think you're alone, because you're not. And you will find a solution. Those are the things that I remind myself daily, every single day. Now, beginning of he started gaming on Fortnite. Yeah. So there's a lot. Yeah, let me look at chat a little bit. Let me drag chat over in here so I can, on a screen where I can read it on a regular basis instead of having to look away. So Notorious, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Before I read more chat, just more things to remind you all. What we talk about here today, obviously it's going to be
Hello.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
Finally, we're doing a serious stream today. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoy your lunch. But for everybody, this is a safe space. If you direct message me, if you private message me, whatever you share with me about your experiences that are private for you, I don't tell anyone. I don't reference anyone. I keep it with me. And what you and I talk about is between us. Simple as that. So this is a safe space for everyone. Everything I'm sharing right now, I don't mind the whole world knowing. My employer, my friends, my enemies, everything I'm sharing with you right now, these are my personal things that I don't mind anybody knowing. So spread it amongst everyone. You know? It's vinyl. So let me read some chat real quick. I have a lot of good things going on in my life, but I'm still depressed and anxious. Are those feelings justified, or is it me just being negative? It's justified. You can look at my life. And again, I'm just going to talk about me, Notorious, on how things are going. I have a wonderful wife of, God, it's going to be 24 years this year. We've been married 23 years. This year will be 24. We have two wonderful children. Beautiful, beautiful children. 19. Oh, geez. And the other one's going to be 22 in December. So they're grown-up kids. We did our things. They're already starting to, they're following their adult paths. I have a wonderful house. I got dogs. Everything that you could turn around and say, man, this guy's got a great life. He's not worried about money. He has got a place to live. He's got food on the table. He's got a damn gorgeous wife. Yeah, my opinion, okay? I got two wonderful children. Everything's coming up daisies. Yet here I want to pull a bullet on my head. Here I want to hang myself. Because I have issues that I have not addressed from a long time ago. Being sexually abused by a man when I was 10 years old. There's the words I can use where Twitch won't turn around and bother me. So that's what my issues were. When I went to get help when I was 13 years old, when I was saying, hey, adult, help me. I have a situation that was very, very negative. Can you help me get past it? They didn't believe me. they believe the abuser. Fortunately, the abuser was not a family member. It was a friend of the family. But yeah, it is normal to have feelings like that because there may be something that's repressed. I always thought and I'll look at chat in a minute. I'll catch up with chat in a moment. Sorry that I tend to be long winded, but just so I can explain in detail what's going on. I lost trust in adults, in men specifically, at the age of 13. I lost that trust. And from there, I thought to myself, I don't want to live. I don't want to continue to be alive. So I started having suicidal thoughts. But I buried it, I repressed it, I pushed it down, and for all my life, I thought it's normal to have suicidal thoughts. It's normal to think that I'm the scum of the earth. It's normal to think that I'm worthless, I'm useless, I'm a piece of trash that needs to be swept up and thrown in the garbage. That's what I felt was normal because I was put in a situation that a kid should never ever have to go through. And he has to make up his mind of this is normal or this is not normal. It was not normal. I should have been believed. It was not normal. I should not have been abused. It is not normal. I should have never had suicidal thoughts in the first place. So I took all these ideas and told myself, this is normal. This is part of growing up. You're supposed to go through this. No, I wasn't. So the PTSD is I'm trying to learn all the negative things in my mind that I thought were normal day-to-day functions. So when you discover at the age of, what was I, 51? Chat, some people, no, 50. I think it was 50. I don't remember. 50, 51, it doesn't remember. When you learn that everything that you thought was normal in life is not normal, it's a kick to the balls, metaphorically speaking. You're having to unlearn everything that you learned. And it's hard. It's mentally stressing. And that is what I'm going through right now. I turned 53 this year. I'm 52 right now. So probably, and it's been 2 years. So 50, 51, right in there is when I discovered that everything that I thought was right was wrong. And now I'm trying to figure all that shit. So to answer your questions, being depressed, anxious, my answer to you is seek help. There's lots of free groups. I'm speaking of the United States because that's the only place I've ever lived. There's lots of free groups in the United States. There's lots of online groups that are accessible from anywhere in the world. Financially, I'm very fortunate to have a very great job that gives me great insurance, that allows me to seek professional help that I have to pay for. Money well spent for me. Would I like to pay that money towards games and something else? Absolutely, yes. But that's why when I tell people I'm right where I need to be, it's because I made a lot of cuts in life, like not buying a game, not buying a console, not buying this and that, so I can take care of my mental health. So yeah. All right, scrolling, beginning, Chango said earlier in the stream that he's been with me since I started playing Fortnite. When I started playing Fortnite, he came into my channel, and that's it. We've been joined as friends ever since. Most of the things that made me like this is my school days. Akio, I get it. A lot of things are from my school days. 10 years old, 13 years old. Yeah, I remember those days. Vinyl is in the house. Hello, Vinyl. Vinyl's been there for a lot of that. Exactly. So much positive, but hyper focus on the negative. That's terrible to go through. It is, but it's something that I'm not, I tell people all the time. So I'm assuming you're still going through depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Yes, I am. So you're just best manage it as to where you can still function. Yeah, because for me, and I can't speak that. I'm super glad we're friends with him. And thank you, Chango. I appreciate that. I'm right here. Lots of love to you, my friend. Always. I know I give you shit all the time, but it's all in good jest. But when it comes down to serious, Chango's been there. Vinyl's been there. There's others that are they're never gone away. Big one, Giggle. Giggle in the UK. My heart goes to Giggle. Always will. But yeah, Notorious, to answer your question, um, the whole reason why I started streaming was because I saw that I had an opportunity to get my message out there. I wanted people to know that, look, an old man can stream, an old man can play game, and someone who has suicidal thoughts, who has depression, who has anxiety, who has PTSD can run a stream and live a normal life. Can. So I'm telling everybody, I'm an old man. I'm, like I said, I turned 53 this year in June. Geez, a month. A month and a couple of days. June 12th. Everybody write it down. June 12th. Just kidding. You don't have to write down. I turned 53. So if I can maneuver through the pitfalls, the ups and downs of life, and be successful, be a successful streamer, be a successful dad, be a successful human through all the different shit that life has thrown at me over the years, then you can too. And I know the majority of the people that follow me are younger than me. Majority. I know there's a couple outliers there's a couple of people that are older than me. I get it. Or that are around the same age as I am. But we're all, when everything's said and done, we're all human. So just because I'm experiencing things as a 50-year-old that you're experiencing at the age of 20 or 30 or whatever your age is, doesn't make us any less human. Just because you're in a different part of the world than I am at. I'm in South Texas, United States. You may not be in the same country as me. Doesn't make us any less human. One thing I will emphasize, though, is my views are exactly my views. We're not going to always agree. We're never going to be 100% in agreement on everything. You're not going to turn around and say, hey, the sky is blue, and I'm going to turn around and say, no, really, it's more gray today, and it's got a little tinge of pink in there with the sunlight going. Nah, we're never going to agree 100% on everything. But one thing that we can agree is that we're all human, and that's what the point is. So, yeah. Questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to share about my experiences of being sexually abused by a friend of the family. Happy to talk about that. I won't go into details of what I did when it came down to a suicide attempts. I won't really go into the here's what I started with, here's what I was thinking, here's how I planned it. I'm not going to go to any of that. No, don't want to go there. Just saying that I attempted suicide on multiple occasions. I'm still here, which means I was not successful, which is a blessing, in my opinion. But yeah, the worst thing is when teachers say ignore them, and I was like, I'm sorry for cursing, fuck that shit. I literally one day snapped and made a fight, and the thing is, at the end, I am the problem. Those who are fucking with me from the first day in school, but just snapped. Me too. You're not alone. I did that too. Does the PTSD affect your focus? Yes, it does. I'll get to that in just a minute. Let me go back to Akio real quick. It does. I did the same thing too. A bully kept pinching me and pulling my hair and pushing me, and there's a lot of things. I got bullied a lot because I'm 5'5". I'm not short. I'm not tall. When it comes down to American men, I'm short. Most American men are around, I think the average in America is about 5'10", so I'm 5 inches shorter. I grew up with 2 older sisters. Parents are divorced. All these are things I've shared many times before. So I didn't have the male upbringing. I didn't have the man of the house of, you should be into baseball, you should be in football. I grew up with my mom. So I have a lot of female influence. And plus, I didn't trust men because my dad and my parents divorced. My dad's not there. So, and then the man that I trusted, friend of the family, sexually abused me. I can't say the R word. Had to watch myself. So every guy basically stabbed me in the back every chance they could. My dad and I are really close. Don't get me wrong. My dad and I are really close, but for a 4-year-old going on 5-year-old child seeing parents split, they're not going to mentally understand that. I do now. I understand that now, and I get it. And I'm glad that they did split up, but because it was for the best for the both of them. But it was hard to deal with. So when I was being bullied at school for being short, for being poor, because I grew up poor, uh, so I had always had hand-me-down clothes. Always had clothes that had maybe slight tears that were visually worn. I couldn't afford shoes and stuff like that. There was no such thing as, I don't like leftovers. Let's throw the what I didn't eat in the trash. No, you ate bones. You ate everything. You boiled those bones to a point where they were so soft you could eat them. I'm talking about chicken bones, by the way, and meat bones as well. Um, there was no such thing as you throw it in the trash. You ate the chicken skin, you eat pig's feet, you eat everything. If it's an animal that you brought home to the house, you eat the whole damn thing. Simple. Because that's all we could do to survive. My kids never had to go through that. So I get it. So when you're getting bullied, when you're already stressed and you're getting bullied at school, you're going to snap sometimes. And that's normal. That's perfectly normal. So I just one day just got tired of it because I was tired or I don't know what caused it. But the bully that kept picking on me, I got so mad because I tried to turn away and he pulled on my shirt and I remember he pulled on my shirt and tore it. And I got so mad because I knew my mom was going to be upset because now she's going to have to sew my shirt, that I turned around and as hard as I could just did a swinging cross punch, hit him square right in the teeth, just wham, knocked out 4 teeth. I did not. I got in so much trouble with the school, but my parents went, and I love my parents. My mom and dad. My dad drove down 6 hours to come talk to the school to fight for me, and I just love him for it. Because I had been telling my parents I'm being bullied, and my parents been telling the school, and the school did nothing, and was doing nothing, and was like, kids are just being kids. So when I punched his teeth out, they wanted to expel me, and my parents fought, and I didn't even get 1 day suspension, nothing. If anything, my dad took me out and gave me some ice cream because he's like, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. And I don't know what ended up happening to the kid, but I never got bullied by him again. That's for sure. So I get it. Teachers were doing nothing. Administration was doing nothing. So I finally did something myself. And my parents, I love my parents. Still with me, thank goodness. They taught me that sometimes you just got to stand up for yourself and you got to do what's right for yourself. And you'll deal with the consequences later. And fortunately, very fortunately, there were no consequences because I had the right people on my side. So, yeah. But, yeah, eating the bones. Yeah, seriously. To this day, my kids are just like, Dad, are you sure you want... When we get chicken's really inexpensive when I was little. It really was. I'll check to see if that... massage... Yeah, I'll allow that. When we eat chicken in my house, I'll pull the little. If you go to like the thigh, there's lots of little small bones. Same thing with the chicken breast. There's lots of little itty bitty bones, and there's little muscle and stuff in there. I'll clean that. I'll clean all that out. My kids think I'm gross. It's just because that's the way I grew up. I don't throw away food. And I think a lot of people look at me like I'm weird. I'm like, you don't throw anything away. I was like, yeah, I know. I grew up like that. I appreciate food so much. You can also tell that I'm losing some weight now, but I'm heavy set because I appreciate food so much. I was not heavy. I gained a lot of my weight when I hit my 30s, when I got a damn good paying job, when I was able to afford to go out to eat and stuff. But otherwise, right now I'm 190 pounds, so I'm overweight. I was 115 pounds until 28 years old. I was so damn skinny because I couldn't afford to go out to eat. I can only afford getting like ramen noodles and jars of peanut butter and stuff like that. Couldn't afford it. So when I finally could afford it, because I got a huge paycheck and was getting huge paychecks, still am to this day, knock on wood. um, that's when I was able to like, hey, I don't have to. I can throw this away if I want to. But I never lost that because that's all I've ever known. So, yeah. So eating bones, yes. I don't eat bones anymore, but I used to. So, so does the PTSD affect your focus? Yeah, it does. It does affect my focus. It depends on the day I'm having. I tell people all the time, don't subscribe to my stream because I will sometimes go weeks without doing a stream, and I feel guilty that here you're paying your hard-earned, in the United States it's $5 to subscribe to the streamer. And then I only do one stream in a month because my PTSD is through the roof or my anxiety is through the roof. Or I'm so depressed that I can't even turn on the camera to speak to you guys or enjoy a game. So that's why I say, please don't. I'd rather you donate that money to support groups, like to mental health groups. I'd rather that money go to them or to Children's Hospital. They need the support. I mean, I don't need money. My job takes really good care of me. Sure, do I have bills that I wish weren't there? Absolutely. And yes, if someone said, well, here's $100, I'm not going to turn around and say, well, I don't want it. But I'll most likely will turn around and use that for a good cause, most likely to a donation towards a charity or for things that go to my stream. Any money made from my stream is either going to go to charity or it's going to go to fix up things like get a better microphone, get a better camera, get some games so we can have some fun. I wouldn't have been able to do Dead Space if it wasn't for you all gifting me games or giving me subs and stuff like that. But yeah, I've seen some streamers who are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. See, streamers can be any age. That's the beautiful thing. That is the wonderful thing. Streamers are not just got to be in your 20s, got to be a model. You got to look like Ryan Gosling, abs and everything, the looks in the whole 9 yards. You got to dye your beard, Bloom. It is getting kind of long. I'll probably trim this thing or cut it off soon. But anyway, yeah, it does affect me. And I deal with it. I won't stream if I'm having a really bad day. But I have been really hyper-focused to answer your question on trying to learn what triggers it. I'm not going to go into details of what happened, but very recently, something did happen that triggered me. And one of the triggers I will tell you, and without going into any details or any storyline, just one of my triggers is people accusing me of something that I have done that I haven't done. That triggers me. That triggers me a lot because I'm all about, for myself, I can't speak about any of y'all, about accountability for this guy right here. So if I made a mistake, I own up to my mistake. I will say, I fucked up. This was my fault. I did this. I own it. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to try and say, well, it's because, no. When everything's said and done, if I messed up, I'm going to admit I messed up and I'm going to do my best to resolve it. But when someone turns around and says, hey, you did this, you are the reason for this, and I had nothing to do with it at all, that triggers me and it makes me go through a range of emotion, anywhere from anger to looking at myself in the mirror and say, you're worthless, you're a piece of shit. I'm not worthless. I'm not a piece of shit. I know that. But I will tell myself sometimes because I'm going through the depression symptoms. I'm going through the motions. And I have to fight that on a regular basis. It's not easy. I have to fight it. But that's why I go to therapy. But what I do also is I start focusing on the things that help me a lot. I love birds. I learned that through a lot of these little mental awareness. What can I say? In mindfulness, I believe is what we call it. Mindfulness. Be aware of the things that make you happy. Birds, for whatever reason, they make me happy. Hearing birds just chirping and doing their normal day-to-day things that birds do, it makes me feel calm. Makes me feel at peace. Hearing the waves from an ocean or any body of water, if there's crashing waves, it just makes me feel relaxed. And so I focus on that. I love music. You all know this. I do bad karaoke Fridays. I love singing. I love writing down lyrics that are original and making songs from them. Even if not a soul is going to ever hear them, I like doing that. All that makes me feel calm. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. Yeah, so all those things are things that I know that help calm myself. So while I'm going through that, I'm also writing down, whether I write it on paper or I type it on a document on my computer, of what caused me to go off the rails. What caused me to get so anxious, to make me mad, to make me scared, to make me sad. I try and figure out what those things are, so I can look for that and try to avoid that happening. And it's not always easy to point out. Just sometimes I wake up and I've had a great rest and I had great food and everything's gone great, but yet I feel like shit. There are some days I just can't explain it. So I try and think about it. Did I watch a movie where there were suicidal themes and it's on my mind? Sometimes there's just no way of telling. But you do your best. Me, I can't speak for everybody, but for myself, I do my best to try and figure out what caused it and how can I get myself to be at peace with it and move forward and be saying that it's okay. That's yesterday. That's no longer part of today. Let's move forward and let's just be okay with it. Now, I'll never be okay. I'll never be happy that I was abused as a kid. I never will be. I'll never be okay with that. But I can't turn around and let that anchor me to where I'll never talk to another man again. So Twitch really helped me with that. Chongo is a man. Big Bird, Big Daddy is a man. Vinyl is a man. There are several men here in my chat that I talk to and I say, you're my friends and I trust you. And I do. I couldn't have done that without Twitch. So Twitch really has helped open a lot of doors to help me. And there's a lot of other men that I'm not mentioning here. And I do apologize if I don't mention your name. No disrespect meant. It's just that's what's coming straight to my mind. I couldn't have done that without Twitch. So Twitch has really helped a lot as well. And I know I'm going to probably get that message like, hey, from Screw You T Swizzle. I know I'm going to get that message going, huh? What? What about, why didn't you mention me? I love you, my bro. I really do. All right, let's catch some more chat. I know what you mean. I understand. Lived almost the same. Yeah. Remember, we're all human. And several things that I'm talking about, you may have gone through the same thing as I have. Or maybe going through it right now. I don't know. But you hearing it from me and then realizing that we share a lot of the same experiences proves my point. You're not alone. You're not alone at all. And that's important to remember. That stupid kids are playing. Oh yeah, listen, you stupid principal big ass lady. Listen, if you want somebody's fucking you around, let me. Yeah. Same with me, food. I don't care, poor or rich. I will eat everything when it's feasible, but like those soft bones. Yeah, I'm talking about those soft bone parts. Yeah. When you are growing up and you don't have money and you do what you got to do to survive. My mom's a saint in my mind. Always will be. But yeah, but I am human. So I'm going to make mistakes. I am going to say things that are going to upset people. I want people to know this. I am not a perfect person. I'm never going to be. I'm always going to be doing things that are going to upset someone in some way or somehow. And I need to know about it because I don't, I was with the mindset for 50 years, 50, actually 40, because when the abuse happened when I was 10. So for 40 years, I was in the mindset that it's normal to be suicidal. Yeah, to have suicidal thought, that's normal. So there's a lot of things that I may think is normal, that I may think is correct, that's not. So if I say something that's incorrect or that is offensive to you, please bring it to my attention. So that way I can work on it and get through it. The only way we get together and learn about each other and get to live together in unity and happiness is by conversation. So that way I know I need to fix this in order to make things better. But there are some things that I will never bend on. So if you see that I'm not going to bend and you're not going to bend, and it causes us to where we are no longer going to be able to associate with each other, that's the path that we have to live, that we have to take. It's not easy. I don't ever like losing friends. I don't like losing anyone at all for any reason. But I do understand as a human, we all got to walk our path, our lives, and we got to do the things for ourselves to keep ourselves sane, happy, able to function and say, you, Bloom, you're an okay guy. I got to learn how to love myself more than I do now. I'm getting there, but I'm not fully there. And everybody, I feel, needs to do the same thing. In order for me to be happy and okay with me being in my skin, I will sometimes stick to a value that conflicts with someone else. And so as a result, we got to go our separate ways. A prime example, because this happened with a family member. And that family member, I'm not going to specify what person in my family, but my son, and I've always said this is not a secret, he is transgender. Identified as a girl according to birth records, but as an adult identifies as a man. So I support him on that. If you're on the LGBTQIA plus community, I support you. I'm there with you. I'm going to always be a supporter. I'm never going to change my mind on that. And one of my family members is hardcore against that. And so we don't talk anymore. And it kills me because that's family. That's blood. That is a relative of mine. It's a loved one. But we won't talk because I refuse to get off of my, you call my child boy, man, son. And if you don't respect my child for that, then you and I have nothing to discuss anymore. Their alternative is if you're boy and female, you're always going to be a female. There's no other way, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to continue on just to get myself aggravated and worked up over it. All I'm going to say is we end up having to go our separate ways, even though we're blood. And it is what it is. So there are going to be some things that you don't agree with me with, and I don't agree with you with. And if we can't get past it, then we have to go our separate ways and no longer be friends as a result. You got to walk your path and I got to walk mine in order to keep ourselves happy. So please understand that. And sometimes that is the hardest thing to do. It really, truly is, especially when it's a loved one. I've been in abusive relationships before where I was the abusive one and vice versa. I was the one on the receiving end. So I understand that kind of thing too. So the only way we can get better as humans is by learning from our mistakes and trying to move forward on a better path. And the only way you can do that is by listening to others, understanding where they're coming from, and then work on a path forward together. If you can't, don't lose any sleep because a hater, like my family member, is not able to come to terms, not willing to work with you. Don't lose sleep over it. Move forward, find your happiness, stick to your happiness. That is very important. I missed a lot of chat, so let me catch up real quick. Let's see. My mental issues are depression, anxiety, OCD, perfectionism, and a poor frustration and anger tolerance. Sometimes I get angry at people for small stuff, but it's not due to them. It's what's going on inside. I need to watch those bad karaoke Fridays. Yeah, I love singing. I do not sing well at all, personally, in my opinion. This is my opinion. I don't sing well. Some people say that they love the way I sing, but I have fun. I enjoy it. It brings me smiles to my face. I feel good doing it. Like, la, 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 I am such a great singer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You can already see the smile on my face just doing silliness like that. I love that. But yes, your mental issues, Notorious, that you mentioned here. Group sessions help me. I do have, I can get angry over something small and simple. I still do. And I have loved ones that are very keen into it because I make them aware of it. And that remind me like, hey, you shouldn't get mad about that. And that pushed me to get better. It's not an easy thing, but I talk about it often. If you, Notorious, are keeping it to yourself and you're not letting anyone know, that's a personal decision. For me, what made it easier is I started telling people, I got a mental issue. I'm not telling you to do this. Please don't take this as Bloom is saying I have to do this. No, that is not it. I'm just saying, for me, I had to do it in order to help myself because sometimes I don't notice it. Sometimes I don't notice I'm being a complete asshole. Sometimes I do. Most of the time I do now. Most of the time I do. But there are times that I still need to be told, hey, you're yelling, you're angry over something that you shouldn't be angry about at all. So I'm working on it. But my way of dealing with it is making everyone around know, hey, look, I'm struggling. If you see that I'm acting differently than I normally am, bring it to my attention because I may not be aware of it. If I'm acting like an asshole, hey, Bloom, you're being an asshole. If I'm joking with you, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be an asshole by joking because if you scare me, I'm going to react in a harsh way. Chango knows this. I'm going to throw up the middle fingers. I'm going to say, fuck you, Chango. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart because you scared me. That's a reflex, okay? And if you don't know that about me, well, now you know, okay? Let's see. So yeah.
Mary loves dick.
Exactly.
Mary loves dick.
And sometimes you can't avoid those triggers. You're right. So what you do when you can't avoid those triggers is you try and have a second trigger that gets you into a good place. And I don't mean to cut everybody short. I'm just letting you know that in 6 minutes, I'm going to have to abruptly end stream because I do have a meeting that I'm running. But you can reach me on Discord. You can private message me here. I have a YouTube account. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Backward Bloom 80 on everything, okay? Find me. Or they're my links below. Find me and we can discuss this more. But I am at work. This is a 1 hour lunchtime stream. Find the things that ground you. So for example, I'm at work. I work from home. If I know that I'm about to go into a very triggering meeting, I will open up the window. So when the meeting is over, I can hear the birds chirping because that immediately brings me, listen to those birds. I love them so much. Find something that will offset that trigger if you can. Not easy, Not always easy, but check it out. I'm playing Lies of Peace for tomorrow's stream. I have to go the way at the beginning of the game. And okay, noob. Always appreciate the lurk. Always love seeing you here. Hope you're doing well. I'll read the catch up on chats, and then, like I said, I'll probably give you a final before I go. I don't know. Am I crazy as I twist, as my twins say, or just a funny incident when I had a sleep paralysis? I didn't even notice it. But when I felt the need to go to the bathroom, I opened my eyes and saw that the demon in front of me and is gone. Most likely, I slapped it to the end, and literally, when I just put it on force, I hadn't punched it, twin in the face, and she came to wake me up. You're stressed about something, is what I would think. Something on your mind is stressing you. And it may not be something that's in your conscious mind. It may be subconscious. There's a lot of things that I go through therapy once a week. I'm gonna keep looking down at the time. I go to therapy once a week. Every Monday in the afternoon, I go to professional therapy. I'm still unlocking things that I buried, that I pushed down so far, and I never let myself remember, that I'm starting to open up that box and starting to remember things that I haven't thought of in 40 years. And it's hard. It's not easy. So there may be some things, there may be some trauma that you have had or you're experiencing. And I encourage you to seek out help if you can. If you can. There's lots of online groups that you can talk with. There's lots of one-on-ones. There's professional people if you can afford it. So yeah, that would be my advice. I'm not saying that it's going to be a solution. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. Sometimes you just had a nightmare. But if it recurs over and over and over and over and over, and it's daily, and you're constantly, then there may be something you need to explore a little bit further. I do one thing personally. I'll jump on a Google search, and I'll search up of dream interpretation. And sometimes, dream interpretation is a very generalized, but sometimes it may point me at what triggered it. So you can try that. I'm not going to say it's going to hurt, but I'm not going to say it's a solution either. So let's see. So I hope that helps you, Akio. What type of work do you do, if you don't mind? I'm looking into coding. Speaking of coding, I'm an account manager. Food safety. Food, the fat guy, the big guy here who loves food, is huge into food safety. I am all about cooking food safely, serving it safely, keeping it safe. I'm a huge food safety nut. So I'm an account manager. I manage clients on a private level and give them reasons why my company that I work for, that I love so much, is very important to their business, their restaurant business, the food industry business. So yeah, that's what I do for a living. I don't mind. Same to you, Noob. Appreciate it. You got about 2 minutes and then I got to go. But when that was when I was like 10, but she was mad for like 1 minute and then she started to laugh. Okay. You're looking to get into coding. Okay. There is a person that I follow that is local to me. We know each other. And she just went live. I'm quite sure. Zinka. Is she live? Yeah, she is live. She just went live right now. And she's been on for an hour. Shame on me. Let's throw her thing in there. She does coding. That's her job. And she's amazing. There she is. There's Zinka. She's an amazing human being. She's how much she say? She's 30? She's not very old. 30, 31? Maybe she's younger than that. Zinka, don't kill me, my friend. I love you, my friend. Don't kill me. If I called you older than you are. Check her out. She does live coding streams. She's probably coding right now. She's a web developer, and that's what she's doing right now. She's actually working on Final Fantasy as we speak. That's her job, and she does it on Twitch so everybody to see. So go check her out. She's right there right now. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for letting me spend the very first day in May, Mental Health Awareness Month in the United States, with you guys. like in every single time, ask me anything. I love you guys. Take good mental health. Take care of your mental health. Be good to yourself is what I'm trying to say. I will catch you all tomorrow. Probably around this time, I think. And we're going to do Guardians of the Galaxy. And of course, if you want to talk more about mental health, find me on Discord, find me on Twitch, find me in all of the places you know where to find me. I got to go. See you guys. Bye. And thank you again for your sharing. I love you guys. Be good. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm out.